What is up, sister friend? Welcome to another amazing episode of the Heart to Heart podcast with your host, myself, Emily Ann. I am so excited for another week. How blessed am I to record a podcast in my office, in my house in Windsor, Colorado. What a life we get to live, y'all. This week, starting out strong, I would say. I mean, like I said, I record on Mondays, so it's the start of the week. If you can't tell, Mondays are my most energetic day. By Fridays, I'm holding on by a thread. But that all being said, had a packed weekend with school. Herbalism school is going great. I love it so much. I am excited. I need to double down on my studying though. I'm reading, if anybody is reading Throne of Glass, I am on Tower of Dawn with Yrene in it. And I just want to be her. I just want to live in the Torre Sesame and just be studying plants, herbalism, and healing people. Trying to figure out how to make that my life. We're working on it, right? We're working on it. Austin has been gone all weekend. He's out hunting in Nebraska for snow geese, living his best freaking life. I'm so excited for him because he needs a break. The man works way too much. I spent the weekend cleaning, cooking, doing schoolwork, watching This Is Us because I'm waiting for the rest of Love is Blind to come out. I've been like trying to create I'm like trying to be creative and be like, okay, can I create content around Love is Blind? But I just don't think memes are my content style. Like I just don't know. It doesn't come naturally to me. I always love when people make memes for their content, but I don't know how to do it. Not that I don't know how to do it. Like I know I could create on Canva, but I don't think that's my humor. I don't know how to come up with humor like that. So if you have been watching Love is Blind, talk to me. I love Love is Blind. I've been obsessed since it came out during COVID. It is, I hate that I love it. I do. I hate that I love it so much, but I love a good escape, hence the fantasy books that I'm obsessed with. And I did a poll. Today's episode originally was on the plan. I've been going off script the past couple of podcasts because I did have the plan of like going through each profile type, but I feel like that would be boring. And I feel like I just need to make that into like a little mini course for you guys. With what time, I'm not really sure, but that's what I'm thinking. And I was going to do profile types, and we can talk about a little bit today, but I did a poll in my Energetic Ladies group chat. You guys know I talk about this group chat all the time because those are my girls. And it's just so nice to be talking to women who care about their energetics, who want to work on their personal development, who are trying to be the best version of themselves. And we have, as I'm sure you've seen, been talking about, I'm doing an Energetic Ladies free monthly group call. And the first one's going to be about authenticity because I put in the group chat a poll about authenticity or what would they want the first call to be like about. And it was like different ones like scheduling, perfectionism, productivity, things like that. And the highest vote was on authenticity. And I was sitting here thinking like, okay, what is this call going to be about? How do I make the best call for my women about authenticity? And I think we need to define authenticity. And I'm doing this off the cuff today. I had no planning. I don't have a PowerPoint presentation. These are my initial thoughts on authenticity. And the reason I think so many of the women that I talk to who are entrepreneurs want to be more authentic is because we are all drawn to someone who is super authentic. We know people in our lives who are fully themselves, who showcase themselves, who are like just out there making it happen. And they show the good, the bad, the ugly, the weird, the fun, right? All the things. And we want to be more like that. And I can say from personal experience that I've always wanted to be the most authentic version of myself, but I struggled with it. I don't know if anybody's like this, and I don't know how to explain this in an eloquent way, but I always felt like there was two parts to my brain. This is about to sound so weird, but there was me. This may be just me. I don't know. I'm a very observant person. Maybe that's because I'm a projector, but I had these two sides to me, this like overly self-aware side, and then this like very observant side. And the very observant side was always watching other people and learning their behaviors and learning their mannerisms and learning the way they talk. Like I almost like can't help myself. I really dial in on this. Like the way your eye twitches when you say this, the way your lips move when you say this is just something that I naturally do. And it may be due to growing up in a stressful household. I don't know. The thing is, the main point I'm trying to make here is when I was younger, I felt like because of my heightened sense of self-awareness, I didn't know how to be fully present and be fully myself. I was constantly watching, observing other people, seeing how they were being fully themselves, but not really sure how I could get there. And would really start to question, like, can I even do that? Do I even know what it looks like? And then, life, we've all had these moments where you feel like you were fully yourself. You didn't stop being yourself. You weren't in that like second part of your brain that's like overly observant of like what's going on and analyzing everything. And you were like, wow, that was like me to a T. And as of recently, that most perfect moment was my wedding day. I had never felt more present, more grounded, more clear in my whole life than that day. It was the best day of my life. And I was fully myself that day. And becoming authentic, I think, is learning the discernment between that conditioning and that over observant, over analytical brain and like your raw brain, your rawness, your trueness, your self. And it's so wild how we get so disconnected from our inner selves as we get older, so disconnected from our needs and wants. And I think each person, I think this is like, it's custom to each person. I don't think there's any like blanket statements you can make here because everybody has different conditionings. Everyone has different layers that are holding back their true authentic self. And I think when we hear authentic self, I don't know, I just think of the weird hipsters. If you're a hipster, there's no shame. Okay, there's no shame. But like that's what we think, our most authentic selves. I've been to 16 spiritual retreats and I've held at the moon and I've eaten lamb's hearts. I don't know, right? You're like, that's an authentic person. I don't think that that's true. I think that's continuing to put people into a box. And your authentic self may be like you saying the things that you actually like and you don't like. How many of us don't share what we like and we don't like? I can raise my hand first. I do that all the time. If I don't like something, I may not say anything. But remember, no is just information. You not liking something lets people know more about you. When you like everything and you say yes to everything, you are nobody, right? Because you're all being all things to all people. But a person who is like very secure in their beliefs, very secure in their likes and dislikes, even down to food, right? Like make it simple, right? If you're someone, now some of us are just easy breezy, flowy people, that's fine. But like as a child or as a teenager, I used to just like eat things that I didn't like because I didn't want to like upset anybody. That's not being authentic. That's that's there's layers there, there's trauma, right? But that is not me being my full authentic self. And so authenticity and discovering your authenticity is custom. I don't think that I can do this in a blanket way. And I say this from someone who is still working on their authenticity. I used to think that I couldn't share my messiness on social media because I would be judged. And then I used to always try to like fit into molds that were acceptable. And like, I mean, even like something that just comes to mind right now, like for conditioning, we all have so many different conditions that are laying on us. Like I used to like, you guys know I love Buff Bunny collection. I do. I love her. I am obsessed with her. I wanted to be a Buff Bunny model for so long. That's a different story for a different day. But really at my heart, overconsumption, overbuying of goods gives me stress because I think of the environmental impact. So I haven't bought Buff Bunny stuff in a long time. I don't post that stuff anymore. But at the time I was like trying to be seen and I would mimic other women who were Buff Bunny models, hoping that I would be picked. I was never picked. Obviously, I think you would know that if I was. But I think part of it was because I wasn't being myself. I was being what I think people wanted me to be, what the world deemed acceptable, or what Buff Bunny may like. I don't know Heidi. I wish I did, but I don't, right? Maybe if I had been my whole self and not held back, it would have worked out, right? And you know what I'm saying? It's like, say it with your whole chest. Be you with your whole chest. Be you with the all of you. And I think, today I don't really, I'm not trying to solve a problem in this podcast today. I just want to share that, like, I know all of us, because it's heart to heart for a reason, right? We're being vulnerable, we're being raw, we're being honest, we're opening up, because as entrepreneurial women, guys, we all have the same problems. We're all in the same boat, paddling as hard as we can with a smile on our face, not letting everybody know that we're dying inside. We're struggling. We want more. We want better. We want to feel free. We want to feel love. We want to feel acceptance. We want to feel wild and adventurous. You didn't become an entrepreneur for boring. You didn't become an entrepreneur because, like, I don't know, you like pencils and notebooks. You came out here because you wanted to change the world. You wanted to be something. You wanted to change something. You wanted a life of adventure. You wanted flexibility. And so I know I've been saying this a lot, but this is the message, y'all. We got to come together. We got to embrace our authenticity. We got to embrace our weirdness. We got to embrace who we are and our own paths. And I think it starts in such small ways. Like for my generators, that's sticking to your hell yeses and your hell nos. That is like living and dying by that gut reaction. Same with my manifesting generators, right? Listening to that gut with everything you got. It's for my projectors, embracing that you don't look like everybody else. You don't operate like everybody else, and that you are valued for how you see things, and embracing that, owning that, right? Don't hold back because of that. My reflectors, it's knowing that you are meant to do things in your own way. You are unique, you are special, you are rare. Own it. And my manifestors, it's being the queen. Allow yourself to be the freaking queen. Stop making yourself smaller because other people can't handle it. That's their problem, not yours. And this is why I love human design so much, because y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. When you are living your full self, you are taking action. You are showing up. You are making the impact you want to make. When you don't, you don't, right? And so on this call, talking about authenticity, we're going to dive into this. And I want to hear how other people don't feel authentic, because I know when I don't feel authentic, right? It's when I play it small. It's when I say things that I just think people want to hear. It's when I perform, right? Those are really vulnerable things to tell the world, but it's true. I know how to do those things well. I did them for most of my life. But becoming the most authentic version of myself requires me to do those things, doing the opposite of those things, right? I didn't pick the word power this year for no reason. I got to embrace that. I got to and put it out there. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. We got to put it out there. We're all in the same boat, rowing for our damn lives. And I think if we all started rowing together, we would make a bigger impact. And we do that by us owning our unique gifts, us showing up exactly as we are, and giving up the conditionings and the beliefs that the world has told us we must live by. Authenticity is hard. It's vague. It's different per person. But I think starting this conversation is important. I talk to entrepreneurs every single day, guys. You guys know I worked for NLCA. The students that know who they are do better. The students that don't lose who they are, that don't lose their true path, they do better. Their businesses are better, their lives are better, everything is better for them. It is my people who are trying to fit into a box because it seems easier. They do worse. They do worse. So I'd like to open up this conversation for other people. I want to hear y'all's thoughts. I want to see what this looks like for you. And so if you can come to the call, it's on March 6th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to put the link to the Energetic Ladies group chat below. Join the group chat. I will obviously send reminders in there with the Zoom link. Please come. Please chime in. Please talk about your experiences. Because this is something I really want us to work on. This is something I really want us to change. And we have a purpose, and this conditioning is holding us back. We can't allow that. Okay, cannot. So let me know what you think. Hope to see you there. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you once again for listening to this episode. If you have any feedback on the podcast, I obviously would highly appreciate it. I would love to get better, obviously. So let me know. Otherwise, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will talk to you soon.